So I just got in another new release. I got this from Influencer, so thanks to them and to Ralph Lauren. They sent it to me. It's about time. This is Polo Red Eau De Parfum Extreme, or what I'm going to be calling Polo Red X. It just, even though they don't call it that online, I'm calling it Polo Red X because there was already a Polo Red Extreme prior. But anyway, Polo Red X or Polo Red Eau De Parfum Extreme, that is what we're going to be talking about today. Talking about first few hours because I sprayed it on a little bit ago, letting you guys know what I get from it, if it's worth it, all that good stuff, because it has just been released today. So without further ado, let's get it. What's good, my great smelling dudes? Welcome back to my channel. My name's Randy, aka Fragrance Dude, back at you talking about a brand new release from the house of Ralph Lauren. I found out I was getting this about a week ago from Influencer. Anybody can use Influencer. Go on there. All you do is go around your house, take pictures of things that you have, whether it's fragrances or whatnot, and then they will send you free products to review if you want to review them. If not, as long as you have an Instagram or whatever, they're fine. But they ended up sending me the brand new one from Polo, from Ralph Lauren. This is Polo Red Eau De Parfum Extreme, or Polo Red X. Before we get into it, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Everybody smash that like, comment below. Let me know if you guys are interested in this. As of today, making this video, it has just released for $114 on sale on Macy's for this size bottle. So definitely go check it out if you are interested. It seems like this is their Christmas release, which was weird because, and I want to look at this bottle, Polo Red Extreme. This is a discontinued version, and I believe this is actually a parfum, but they discontinued this about 2 years ago along with the Intense. This is Polo Red Extreme and Polo Red Intense. Coffee heavy with some cranberry, cranberry heavy with a little touch of coffee, but this is like a winterized cranberry scent. It was great for this Christmas season. So a lot of people thought Polo Red X or Polo Red Extreme, was this going to be a re-release of this? It is not. Just to get your thoughts out the window, I was kind of thinking it would be. Some people will be happy about that. Some people won't be. This is my favorite Polo Red so far. So I don't know. I mean, I still have that, so I'm not really that butthurt about it. But how does this one smell? I'm about 3 hours into the fragrance right now. And I can tell you, as soon as you spray it on for the first few minutes at least, it reminds you the most of this one. It reminds you the most of the Intense. For anybody who hasn't smelled the Intense, it's just a candied cranberry, a little bit ambery, sweeter, Polo Red DNA sticking underneath it. And it was very nice, very fruity, just very nice, almost unisex fragrance. And just didn't sell that well from what I understand, so they discontinued it. So it does have that in the opening for sure in this. A lot of people, not a huge fan of the X in the front and the logo. I don't mind it. I like these bottles. I think they have a nice atomizer. They feel good in the hand, and this one has kind of like a glossy red cap, like looking like Christmas, to be honest with you. So I like it. Anyway, after a few minutes, if not in the first like minute and a half, that candied cranberry ambery mix gets a little bit richer, and then you can start to notice that there is a little bit of a leathery tone underneath it. It also has this kind of warm ginger, which I've always loved warm ginger. I like fresh ginger too, but warm ginger just really does come through. And if I believe there was a note in the note breakdown that I posted for you guys that was red ginger, which would even tie in more to the holiday in the Polo Red DNA. So I can tell you this was meant to be a Christmas release. It does have that leather, so it's really tying into the designer fragrances that have been released this year, from the Bad Boy Elixir that had the leather to the Azzaro that had the leather. There's been a lot of designer releases with leather this year, and this one is really, as far as adding the leather and keeping it down that road of the mass appeal, it still has that. So the way that I can best, if people have tried the Intense, the best way I can put it, at least for the first half hour to hour, it reminds me of a more warm and ambery, more rich version of the Polo Red Intense if you just added this kind of leather tone to it. Again, it's not an overwhelming like uh, like black leather or anything like that. It just kind of seems like a soft, almost suede-y note underneath, giving it a little bit of this fruity leather mix, kind of mixing together that cranberry and leather while not being overly masculine or anything like that, and still keeping true to the Polo Red DNA, which is what I really enjoy about it. And it kind of keeps like that. It stays to be a very linear scent after that first like minute and a half where you get that fruity mix, like very heavy, and then it kind of turns into the leather, ambery, ginger, warm, cranberry blend. It stays like that for about an hour and a half. Then it gets to be something different. And I was confused. I was like, did I spray this on by accident? I'm not sure if I did. I don't remember grabbing Polo 67 because when you get further into the dry down, you get some of this kind of vanillic tone, like a warm, rich, like balsamic vanilla. That's not overwhelming vanilla, but you just can notice it blends in there. And it starts to remind you of like Polo 67, Eau De Parfum, Ralph's Club New York style fragrances with that kind of fresh but clean, but also warm and ambery and sweet. It still has that kind of any season wear with just a touch of cranberry underneath it. So it still has that Polo Red feel, but just more of like an any season. You can wear it out, wear it to the gym, wear whatever. It kind of gets that feeling into the dry down where I actually thought for a second, I was like, that kind of smells like Polo 67 mixed together with like Ralph's Club New York, which has that vanilla. I was like, it kind of has that blend. So I wouldn't be surprised if they use similar vanillas and similar notes in the dry downs of these, because it really does take a turn. So it starts out that warm winterized cranberry, candied cranberry mix that smells like Polo Red Intense, quickly gets to Polo Red Intense, but more warm, ambery, rich with a little bit of this leather mixed in. And then when you get to the dry down, it's a very wearable, very mass appealing, but done before, vanillic, like fresher take on the opening of the DNA, just minus the leather, and then adding in that vanilla. It's very interesting how it really does get to that dry down and it starts to smell like other things that you've smelled before while still being true to its own DNA, which is really nice. So overall, I haven't heard much about this because it just was released. I've heard it was okay, it was great, I didn't like it, it smelled like poo. There was a couple people that are just back and forth. I like this. My wife loves it. I was surprised because it does have the leathery tone, and the leathery tone is noticeable while not overpowering. And I was surprised because she hates leather, and she really likes this. She said, you should wear that for Christmas. So this does smell like a Christmassy fragrance. This one is still a little bit more Christmassy, but this one is like more of a masculine, richer version of that, just with that leathery tone. Best way I could put it, that's the bulk of the fragrance that you're going to get. For the first like 2 hours, you're getting like a leathery, more ambery, rich, intense with a touch of this kind of warm ginger. It's when you get past that it just turns into a nice bourbon vanilla mix of Polo 67 EDP with a little bit of freshness. And it's nice. It's a nice dry down to get to. When you get to the dry down, sometimes you just get vanilla or you just get this. This has a nice blend. It's almost like you get to a second fragrance. So overall, I would give this an 8. It's not going to be the top 5 fragrance of the year, but it's going to be a very easy pull. It's going to be a very good cool weather, random pull. And even past the cool weather, I could see this being spring, fall, winter, with summer nights being okay for it to wear. It's not overly cloying. But this is a nice blend. This is a nice addition to the Polo Red line. And I 100% think that you should try it. It's $114 on Macy's website right now if you are looking for it. I will tag everything in the thing below, but thank you to Influencer and Ralph Lauren. I am going to get more wares out of it this week. It's my scent of the day today, obviously. I'm going to spray it one more time just so I can get some more feel out of it. But yeah, that is my scent of the day, and it is it's a nice fragrance. It's not like amazing, but it's a definite. I recommend for people who like designer fragrances to definitely try this out. I would say try before you buy, unless you know you really like the Polo Red DNA. So without Thank you guys very much. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, and I'll be back with a full review. I'll be talking about it all week, but my full review would be in about 10 days. So thank you guys so much. Happy holidays, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.